A MiG-29 dropped several precision-guided GBU-39 bombs on Russian bunkers near Orikhiv in the Zaporizhzhia region. We're seeing a noticeable increase in attacks by Ukrainian aviation, signaling a more active role in the conflict. Ukrainian fighter jets and bombers are carrying out precision strikes on Russian supply lines, command centers, and equipment. This uptick in aerial operations shows Ukraine is expanding its capabilities, leveraging air power to disrupt Russian forces more effectively. The UAV pilots of the Chervona Kalina Brigade spotted an enemy bunker and hit it using the Baba Yaga and Dragon drones in the Pokrovsk direction. Baba Yaga drones have become a true nightmare for Russian forces in Ukraine, with their high-speed, low-altitude strikes causing chaos on the battlefield. Named after the legendary Slavic witch, these drones are designed to be fast, agile, and hard to detect. They are capable of carrying small but powerful explosives, which they drop on Russian positions with pinpoint accuracy. The drones can navigate around radar and air defenses, making them difficult to intercept. Ukrainian forces have expertly used them to target Russian supply lines, ammunition depots, and even troop concentrations, significantly disrupting Russian operations. The psychological impact on Russian troops has been profound. Russia is trying to advance in the Kmin area. Here, fighters from the 3rd Border Detachment Pomsta have eliminated 15 Russians and wounded 13 more. They have also destroyed 1 tank, 2 howitzers, 5 military trucks, 8 enemy vehicles, a fuel tanker, a fuel and lubricant depot, several field ammo depots, and a mortar position. Russian forces continue their slow but relentless advance in eastern Ukraine, despite suffering tremendous losses. The strategy is clear. Push forward and capture as much territory as possible before winter sets in, when the battlegrounds will freeze and mobility becomes even more difficult. Every inch gained comes at a heavy cost, with Russian troops facing fierce Ukrainian resistance, well-coordinated strikes, and intense counterattacks. Losses are mounting, both in terms of soldiers and equipment, as Ukrainian forces use artillery, drones, and advanced weaponry to hold key positions. Russian troops are often pushed to advance in waves, relying on sheer numbers to break through, but each wave seems to falter under the weight of Ukrainian determination. The pressure is mounting for Russian commanders who know that once winter arrives, the frozen terrain will make supply lines harder to maintain, and the pace of operations will slow drastically. They are rushing to secure strategic points before the season change, hoping to create defensive lines that can hold during the harsher months. But this frantic push for territory is taking its toll. The Russian military is facing increasing difficulties in sustaining their offensive, and morale is eroding as soldiers continue to suffer heavy casualties. The gains they make are often temporary, and with each loss, the cost of this campaign becomes ever clearer. Ukrainian air defense takes down a Russian Shahed drone in Sumy region. Nearly 30 more drones have been shot down in Kiev region and around the capital. The Biden administration is planning to use all remaining funds allocated for military aid to Ukraine by January 20th, 2025. Politico reported on this, citing 2 administration officials. The money must be spent before the inauguration of Donald Trump, who won the U.S. presidential election. At the end of the fiscal year 2024, which ended on September 30th, the U.S. administration had more than $6 billion in military aid available for Ukraine. According to Politico, there is $4.3 billion to pull existing stocks and $2.1 billion in funding to put weapons on contract with U.S. defense companies. The White House seeks to use these funds as soon as possible so that Ukraine has enough weapons to counter Russian offensives. Politico sources point out that it usually takes months to transfer U.S.-allocated weapons to Ukraine, so the packages announced in the coming weeks are unlikely to arrive in full by the end of January 2025, while Trump could suspend the shipment of weapons. According to the newspaper's sources, another problem is the lack of sufficient weapons in the U.S. Army's warehouses, and its replacement, which is paid for from the allocated $6 billion, may take some time. During the election campaign, Donald Trump openly made it clear that he would stop or drastically reduce military aid to Ukraine if he won the November 5th election. He also refused to say that he wants Ukraine to win the war, according to European Pravda. On November 1st, the U.S. Department of Defense announced an additional $425 million defense and assistance package for Ukraine. This package is the Biden administration's 69th tranche of equipment to be provided from DoD inventories for Ukraine since August 2021. The aid package includes air defense systems, munitions for rocket systems and artillery, armored vehicles, and anti-tank weapons. The West is hypocritically trying to convince us all that what humanity has achieved since World War II is in jeopardy. However, what is actually in jeopardy is the monopoly of the West. Any monopoly, as we know from history, sooner or later comes to an end. There can be no illusion here, and monopoly is always a harmful thing. Putin, the monopolist ruler of Russia.
Hypocritically trying to convince us all that what humanity achieved after World War II is under threat. Not at all. I just mentioned that Russia and the overwhelming majority of countries are actually striving to strengthen the spirit of international progress and the pursuit of lasting peace, which was the backbone of development in the mid-20th century. Well, what is really under threat is something completely different. But what's actually under threat is the monopoly of the West, which emerged after the collapse of the Soviet Union and was held for a while at the end of the 20th century. But I want to emphasize this again, and for those of us who are here. Any monopoly, which is, as we know from history, ends sooner or later. There can be no illusions about this, and moreover, a monopoly is always a harmful thing.
Each such Russian strike, like today's on Zaporizhzhia, not only kills people and destroys lives, but also destroys the meaning of any words about supposedly lacking conversations with Russia. Some calls to the Kremlin. They get pleasure from the death of people, said President Zelenskyy.
Вон тут все горит, все пылает. Выносил колеса, зашел в этот, заходил за дом, и оно прилетело. Крыша на меня упала, а жена с ребенком в доме. Я их ребенка раскопал первого. Потом подошли ребята, жену достали.
Якому он стал?
Отвезли в областную, не знаю. Но он без сознания, мычал что-то, значит, при памяти.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. He's doing the job every day.